This week in U.S. immigration news, we are going to cover help available to those affected by shooting in Uvalde, Texas, asylum seekers in LA face deportation, tens of thousands of migrants waiting at the border, Dreamers graduate without work permits, federal lawmakers seek review of New England asylum cases, Mexico's immigration enforcement relies on the military, Form I-140, new USCIS policy update about 3 and 10-year bar. USCIS reminds the public that it offers immigration services for those who have been affected by special situations, including the shooting in Uvalde, Texas. On a case-by-case basis upon request, USCIS can help individuals with changing non-immigrant status for an individual currently in the United States. Help is available for re-parole of individuals previously granted parole by USCIS and expedited processing of advance parole requests. USCIS also considers fee waiver requests due to an inability to pay, rescheduling a biometric services appointment, and flexibility for those who are unable to appear for a scheduled interview with the agency. In May 2021, the Biden administration created a dedicated docket program in response to the rise of apprehensions of families and children at the southern border. The program is established across 11 cities, including Los Angeles, and its goal was to resolve cases more expeditiously and fairly. The program pushes judges to resolve cases within 300 days, compared to the 4.5-year average of asylum cases. Unfortunately, the docket has caused issues for many asylum seekers and created obstacles leading to higher rates of deportation. Those on the docket are also released into an alternatives to detention program, meaning they are monitored with an ankle bracelet or tracked through a phone application. In LA, it has been estimated that 99% of the 449 cases completed on the docket as of February resulted in removal orders, and about 72% of those cases were issued to people who missed their hearing. About 50,000 migrants are waiting at shelters in Mexico for an opportunity to cross the border. Border officials have reported about 8,000 people trying to cross the southwest border daily. A growing number of migrants from Cuba, Colombia, Haiti and Peru have been reported at the border. Documents show Customs and Border Protection and Immigration and Customs Enforcement release about 1,200 migrant adults and 1,300 family members into the U.S. every day. Last week a judge temporarily blocked the Biden administration's plan to end Title 42, yet tens of thousands of migrants already are waiting at the border despite the ruling. About 100,000 undocumented immigrants will be graduating high school in 2022 without a chance of obtaining work permits. This is the first time in a decade that a majority of the Dreamers will not be eligible. Many of the 2022 graduates have not been in the U.S. long enough to be covered by deferred action for childhood arrivals. Only a quarter of the 2022 Dreamers graduating will be eligible for DACA. The DACA eligibility date does not apply to many upcoming high school classes. More than 600,000 undocumented students are currently in K-12 schools across the country. Out of the 600,000, only about 21,000 students are enrolled in the program and possibly eligible for renewals.
If you are new to our channel, welcome and please subscribe to stay in the loop. We offer free 15-minute consultations if your case is qualified, so we can point you in the right direction. Stay tuned for the secret code later in the show.
Congressional leaders in New England are requesting a federal investigation of the low approval rate by the region's asylum office. The Boston Asylum Office approved 15.5% of cases between 2015 and 2020, the country's second lowest rate. Democratic lawmakers from Massachusetts and Maine sent a letter Thursday requesting review of the USCIS Boston Asylum Office, which processes claims for refugees in Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, and Maine. Boston's office approval rate dropped to 11% in 2021, while the national average remained 27%. Mexico's immigration enforcement has been increasingly relying on armed forces and National Guard to assist with migrant detentions. Advocates have been arguing that the detentions are arbitrary and based on racial profiling, resulting in abuse. Between June 2019 and December 2020, the armed forces detained more than 152,000 migrants at Mexico's southern border. Mexico previously used the military for immigration enforcement but has increased its reliance under President Andrés Manuel López Obrador. migrants of African origin and women have been experiencing abuse, including discrimination, extortion and sexual abuse. USCIS will begin to phase in premium processing upgrades for certain previously filed Form I-140 petitions on June 1, 2022 that request E13 classification for multinational executives and managers. Beginning on July 1, 2022, USCIS will begin to phase in premium processing upgrades for certain previously filed Form I-140 petitions requesting E21 national interest waiver classification and additional Form I-140 petitions requesting E13 multinational executive and manager classification. USCIS announced there is an exceptionally high number of employment-based visas available this fiscal year, October 2021 through September 2022. There was a lawsuit against USCIS to help people who applied for residency, but USCIS denied them because of unlawful presence before but were able to legally re-enter with a visa. As a result of a lawsuit, USCIS intends to no longer force certain adjustment of status applicants to leave the United States during their period of inadmissibility. Additionally, USCIS will not reject adjustment of status applications if an applicant was in the United States during the period of inadmissibility without a waiver. The new policy interpretation is still being finalized by the Department of Homeland Security, and new USCIS guidance is expected soon. Previously rejected applicants who meet the class action lawsuit's case requirements can have their cases reopened and re-evaluated under the new policy interpretation.
Friends, show us some love and smash the like button. It doesn't cost you anything. If you have an immigration problem or need a second opinion because you cannot get a hold of your own lawyer, schedule a meeting with our team. Share information with our CARES team and they will help you get scheduled with our legal team. Now here's a secret code to unlock the free 15 minutes.